Shadow. Something looks back from the trees. Jane Hirschfield. Mushrooms on the trail indicate you haven't roved this prairie of late. Soft sponged and pink, they're sweet as the berries ripped in your teeth. Foxes are opportunistic feeders, notes a sign. I never mind the goldfinches who arc my breeze and swap big blue stem for trees, patiently trilling each leaf, those last full masts of September. Zigzagged grass ripples from a felled trunk sunk in its thatch to rot, past piles of branches spoiled to mash, a flaxen hay wherein I catch your gleam. Spun gold you are, a long-bodied beam, slinking past imagined houses down to the stream. Hidden to your scruff in the gathering dusk, I hold and release your stare, that of a silver-eyed murderer who smells breath in the air. So as you can probably tell from that first poem, Shadow, this book deals with hunger, it deals with the wilderness. Diorama is really about influences and uncomfortability, hunger, and danger in many ways. And this next poem, Refrain, I think speaks to the danger of being outside in the unknown. Refrain. The birches dizzy me, shaking down their mint and white confetti crowns around the scarlet tanager, a trilling sky-high king, red come orange, come black, come green. From this forest freshed with song, a goose lay drawn, opened in a field ringed with feathers. Orange come red, come black, come green. The coyote cast a wing, and 3 coronets back to feign molting. A confetti whirled white, come red, come green. The Latin name for the amber-wing dragonfly is Perithymys tenera. Amberwing. Hover over me, fat, beaded miracle. Swell your breast, clustered between red-tinged wings in autumn nearly done opening. Scan the grass one last time, dry as a stone, as a woman alone, climbing the stairs and landing nowhere. The female speaker in this book, Diorama, goes through a process of acquiring new knowledge when she's shuttled out of her comfortable sphere. And Amberwing talks a little bit about that, and so does this next poem, 7 Sisters. I also want to highlight, since this is a Meter&Mayhem project, that there is a lot of sound work in these poems, and I hope you can hear the metrical influences in them. 7 Sisters. What are mountains but lichen-backed rocks, creviced blue flocks? I made it back to you, howling pack, flat-capped jacks, thrust up bottle caps, blades. Come, smooth others, rough sisters. Like a jay cranes his beak to the tree line, I'm farther in than I've ever been. In the fog, a stand of pines, mulched sculptures divined on their sides. This scream at your crags divides to a track, a seam I itch to rumble through. Lead 7, you pull the blue, mouth the breeze, grab me. And we'll just do a couple more These are all pretty short. You might know the title of this next poem is the title of this next poem is US 41, but I almost said Lakeshore Drive because that's really the part of US 41, that route that I'm talking about in this poem. Like some of my other works, Diorama floats in and out of Chicagoland, so this poem kind of centers on that. On the second full of the second season, the rose blue moon stops Chicago like a cork. Bicycles chase the drive. I ride to the lake, a carpet vacuumed up to the Drake to lakeshore condos. Its escape of bracken beaches punched through with legs. Water begs them, pedaling to the loom. They wait on the lozenge to flick and plume. Come otherworldly and complete, a wheel of flaked stars, a dock, off a manicured sandbar. The city erodes outside my pillbox car. Tonight, the waves thin in the moon cast my pink skin blue. And my last poem is also a love letter to Chicago, folding in a little bit of Mark Strand's The Untelling, a beautiful poem if you've never read it, a revision in completion, I would call it, and Edward Hirsch as well, Breath. Tonight the library is near silent, just a soft-blown breeze the ducks receive, a brittle wind within the stacks. I want to read Strand's The Untelling, or of Hirsch's loss as he crossed the Chicago River, drawing in cotton-candied air with his grandfather. I want to hear the suck of the air through the vents and breathe, suffocated by the sweet of it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed.